He wanted to tell them all about it. This is what went on during and after the phone conversation. Hello, is this her? 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 Ralph? Is this her? Ralph?
Right, wait, are we rolling? Are we rolling?
Oh, are we doing a show here?
Yeah, this is Zach and Matt with
or Matt and Zach. You can take the floor if you want.
alphabetically, I guess it'd be Matt and Zach.
Oh,
And this is Donein30.
yeah, this is Donein30 with Matt and
special
Zach.
guest.
Hi, I'm Zach, and that guy over there is named Matt.
And this is Elizabeth.
Hello.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it was.
And
nice.
I think we got some intro music here.
Yeah, I got
why don't
that.
you go ahead and hit the play button on that
I got
thing?
that queued up here in approximately few.
Yeah, just hit it right there. Oh, there she is.
Nice jazzy.
Man, that is smooth. Might have to turn it up a little bit when we do that.
It is very jazzy.
That's good. Okay. And
All
you
right,
can't.
Zach.
No copyright there, dog.
Yeah, no copyright, dog.
You can't stick with no copyright, dog.
So what's going on this weekend?
Today is.
I will tell you, Zach.
Don't you do this to me again.
Yeah.
What is going on this weekend? Oh, okay. So first of all, today is Thursday, May 7th, 2015, and Year of the Lord 2015. Or if you lived in North Korea, it's like 165 or some bullshit. Did you hear about this?
Oh no, what's that?
Apparently in North Korea, they don't go by religious
Or like
any
Gregorian calendar.
No, they strictly go by
the number of the day.
The Kim Jong-un family, like the Kim Jong-il or whatever the grandfather's name was. When he started the regime, that is like their calendar.
That's like their January 01.
Yeah. Dude, it's messed up. And I mean, there's a lot of, it's from the internet, so I got to take it with a grain of salt, but it's believable. I mean, there's supposedly, 25 haircuts as a man you can choose from?
No, there's only 5 or 6.
Yeah, okay, maybe it's 25 for, women or something,
Yeah.
but
Maybe
yeah.
it's 25 total. Because there's
Maybe.
definitely a lot more female haircuts.
Well, sure. Can you imagine just a bunch of butch-looking ugh. Jeez. All right, well, we've already derailed. So this weekend is pretty exciting.
Mother's Day is this Sunday.
Mother's Day is this Sunday, so for you gents that have a wife that's, popped out at least one child, be sure to get her some flowers, some chocolates, get her something special. It's Mother's Day.
And I've got the best gift of all, I think.
And for those of us that don't
For
have any
Mother's Day.
children, but our mothers are still alive, then do something, damn it.
I mean, I'm doing something.
What are you doing?
I'm graduating. I mean, it's the best gift I can give her, perpetuating the lineage.
Yeah, you are the oldest.
I am the oldest.
And you are graduating college with your brother, actually, at the same time.
Yep, I kind of started later, so.
I mean, I wasn't trying to imply you're dumb or anything.
I'm
How many years did you get held back, though? Yeah, let's stay away from that thing. All right, but the point is that, yeah, you and your brother are going to graduate this Sunday. And that, I mean, what better gift for a mother than to have her 2 sons graduate from college and for them to go out in the world and no longer just buy beer and liquor and, you know
now
what I
we'll
mean?
be worried about insurances.
Yeah, having health insurance, having a career.
Rental cars.
going,
401ks.
going to the office, 401ks.
Bitcoin. Actually, that doesn't count. What,
I think Bitcoin's kind of universal.
Yeah.
You can just be any age and still do Bitcoin.
I also have another gift for my parents.
Oh, what is it?
Recently got them into a show. You may have heard it. It's Game of Thrones.
Game of
Tongs?
Game of ruins. What's it called again?
Game of I mean, I got
Ga-
me saying it.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
You know the show where people die a lot.
I hope for those of you listening, the new microphone effect is fun.
Yeah, it is.
I don't even have to alter my voice. That's just it.
Just go to a new place in the microphone.
You just got to talk right into it.
It sounds really weird. Cause part of it's on the left ear, but most of it's on the right ear. So you have that disparity. It's like a little
For the
discussion.
also,
hallway.
for those of you at home, Elizabeth does not have headphones on, so she can't hear anything we're talking about.
And
Except for with my ears out loud. because you guys are talking
Hey,
audibly.
don't ruin this.
I can hear everything you're saying.
This is-
Just not the headset.
you can hear what?
I can hear everything you guys are saying because you're speaking audibly.
Man, she sounds good on the mic.
it surely does.
One of these days, Elizabeth, we'll sell some crack and get another microphone and
Oh my god, those things are so expensive.
pow. Anyway, so you're getting your parents a gift of what, like a DVD set or something, or did you buy it on Blu-ray?
They've got
just
HBO
gonna
Go. I just
come over
turned
and watch it
them
with
on
it.
to it.
Oh, okay,
My
cool.
mom started last weekend. She's already probably like in season 3 by now.
I don't have a huge gift for my mother. Mothers. Have we talked about my parents on the air before?
No, but that's a good slip.
Sounds like a really great time.
Yeah. Well, anyways, love it or hate it, I have 2 moms, so you got a problem with it, go fuck yourself.
Applause for Zach's 2 moms.
Yes.
Being so badass.
Yeah, they're fucking badass. All right, 37 years and still going.
Hells
So.
yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it's actually like double duty on Mother's Day for me. Father's Day,
Oh, man.
clearly I have nothing to do.
Just like-
write your own joke. But for Mother's Day, I'm gonna go over there and we're gonna do dinner. And I know this is gonna be that funny to you guys, but my mother called me the other day, and she said, "Hey, remember when Mom told you to move those pots up front? There's like these concrete pots. They weigh an ungodly amount of weight with soil in them too." And she goes, remember that time that Mom had you move them up front? And she said, "Oh, you never have to worry about moving them again." And I went, "Yeah." She goes, "Yeah, well, for Mother's Day, I don't suppose you can come over and move those again, could you?" I'm like, son of a, I mean, just come on. Why? But the good news is with the dolly, they're gravy. They're not that bad. But it was just funny because she's like, "Yeah, remember how she said she'd never make you move those again?"
I like the mental picture of you just like trying to move 500 pounds.
It's not
just
that
scooting
bad.
it through the lawn, just cutting up all the dirt and grass. You can tell where you were. It's just a slime trail of dirt.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a slime trail. It'd be as if I had a piece of farm equipment dragging up the grass. Yeah, they're pretty heavy. I mean, they're just imagine like a 1 foot tall planter, and then it's concrete. I mean, there's no way. It's just a cinder block basically to plant flowers in.
Now I've got a question.
So there's we're gonna be like hanging out and spending time together, but I haven't. I might pick up something on the whim. I'm terrible at gifts. I don't know about
Are
you
you
guys.
are you the
but
gas station guy? You just go to the
kind
gas station
of,
and
yeah.
get like
and I
a water
probably
gun and some now and laters.
no. Oh, ooh, I'm gonna write that down. No, I just I mean, for women especially, like flowers are a big one. So you can like kind of pick those up on the fly. And I'm not saying I like fuck up and I gotta like, "Oh baby, take me back flowers." No, I'm just saying like for a gift, it's just like women like flowers. Elizabeth, weigh in on that one.
I'm not a big fan of flowers. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, dude. I can't
You
back
can't really
you up on
do
the
much with 'em.
flowers. Nope. I'm all about a tangible gift that I can like have for a while and
Or-
use.
Typically, my mom was kind of a workhorse mom. She was doing a bunch of stuff, so we would just like clean the house, so she wouldn't have anything like to do, so she can kind of enjoy herself.
I could do something like that too.
Yeah.
So moving the
Yeah, I was gonna say my my actual birth mother is she works for a certain health insurance company. I won't say the name, but the point is that they work her like a dog. No, seriously, I don't want to. She works from home full time, and so they just take advantage of that and make her work like 6 days a week, even more so than I do. It's bad. So yeah, you're right. I should do something like maybe just vacuum the whole fucking house or something. I could do something like that.
or something that hardly gets done, something kind of seasonal. Maybe cleaning out the gutters. I
will.
don't know.
I will say that. Oh, they already cleaned the gutters out, but I will say this: that my mother called me one day and she goes, "I just wanted to call and check on, see how you're doing." She goes, "I just got done cutting the grass and I was thinking of you."
And how I really wish you were still here to cut
Yeah.
the grass.
So maybe I could go over there and cut the
Come over
grass. I
and
mean,
cut the
that'd
grass.
be kind of nice. I think I should do that.
Edge it up a little bit.
I am going to be coming to your graduation, which starts at 2
no.
and
Well, the,
goes to
um,
like
No, you
6,
don't
after
right?
party.
Commencement. You want to come to the open house.
Oh.
Commencement
The
is
after party's at
Oh.
2.
So I don't get to come to commencement.
You can. It's at 11 a.m.
Oh,
downtown
I won't be up for
at the
that.
convention
Wait a minute. So you
center.
guys are going downtown for the commencement, and then you're going back to McCordsville?
Yeah.
Where his parents'
Who-
house is.
Wait, say what?
His mom and dad.
Yeah, that's where my parents live.
They moved?
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, I was just at 136th in Maryland the other day, and I was like, yeah, this is where Matt's parents live.
Kinda where their
Really?
house
When
was.
did they move?
I don't even.
Like in
7 months ago, 7, 8.
yeah, that sounds about
So they haven't really been there very long, but
Okay. And I haven't been to your parents' house in forever, so I guess that makes sense.
I
Okay.
sent you the picture of the invite, so you have the
Yeah.
address.
Yeah, I got the address. I plugged
Alright,
it
sweet.
in my map, and we're good.
I've got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Any dates this weekend?
Oh, are you trying to move this along? I like how you set that up, though. I actually do have I wouldn't call it a date, but I got invited to something that's interesting, so I want to tell you about that. But there is a new female in the picture,
Oh, yeah, this is the first you're hearing about this too, isn't it?
This is the first I'm hearing about it.
mostly.
All right.
I'm not going to tell you her name on the air, but obviously you know what it is. But anyway, she's sure.
How did you meet her?
No, you can tell me later.
Okay, Cupid.
Hey, dude, that's
I mean, it has an excellent UI.
.com.
how Heather's been meeting her dudes.
That's how.
I mean, it's honestly pretty
Wait a
smooth. You guys did Plenty of Fish, right?
Yeah.
Plenty of Fish and Okay Cupid. If you put them together, they're pretty solid for free. I mean, seriously, you can just chat it up. There's okay talent out there. Well, the point is that we went out for the first time last Friday, and we just met up, and we were just gonna go. Well, originally it was just meet, make sure it's not a guy, then go have drink and dinner. I mean, seriously,
Can you imagine just a dude's like, "Hey, my name's Lacey."
I mean, seriously,
It can be
okay,
a dude's name too.
but it was actually the Thursday preceding that Friday that it was before we did the podcast. I talked to her on the phone for like an hour.
You were in the
Yeah, I was
parking lot.
Yeah, I
He
on
was
the-
just outside in his car.
Yeah, he sent me a text and said, "Are you alive?"
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he was
no, I
like,
was on the
"Yeah, I'm
phone.
on my way at like 7:30," and then by 8:30, I'm like, "Are you dead?"
I said, "I'm here," and he goes, "What, in the afterlife?" I thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, so essentially we spoke on the phone. I knew it wasn't a guy. Made me feel a lot better. And she sounded pretty legit. And I was like, all right, let's do this. So instead of just like meeting up and having a cocktail, I figured, fuck it, let's just go have dinner. So she said, would you like to go downtown? Well, I'd love to go downtown because
You've had like a downtown stint
seriously.
lately.
Well,
You have quite the boner for downtown.
well, I mean, can you blame me? I've never gone hardly except for like this year. I mean, I've gone a couple of times, but for like special occasions. Now that I'm 5 miles away, not even, I mean, I can just go.
that makes a big difference. We're
Yeah.
just not 5 miles away. It's a pain in the ass.
You're
25
7.
miles.
No,
Yes.
That's how long it takes me to get to IUPUI.
25 miles.
25 minutes.
Oh, yeah. You're 7.1 miles away, or whatever the. I mean, that's how long.
What,
you
like
just
in a
have more.
straight line.
Yeah.
It's a little further than that. It takes a good amount of time to get downtown.
Well, regardless,
Whether you take the
you're at like
interstate
if you're at
or
70th,
straight
that's
through.
7 miles away. You're just farther east than I am west.
All right, so what's the where'd you go?
Okay, we gotta.
Derailing.
Let's wrap this up. Okay, so dinner was nothing special. We just went to a place in Fountain Square. I got the tenderloin. I was not impressed. The evening with her, on the other hand, was very awesome. So we're nearing the end of our meal. I got the check. I paid because I'm a gentleman. And she says, "So remember that bingo show I told you about last night?" And I said, "Yes." She
Well, we
says,
don't even
"Do
know
you
what this
still
girl
want it
looks like yet. Like how did she look as soon as you saw her?
better than the picture?" So there's that.
Were there like leaves blowing
Is
and
there a chance that she could hear this?
Oh yeah, no, she'll hear this eventually. So yeah.
then let's make sure we ask our questions appropriately.
I am.
Thank you, Elizabeth. That's exactly what I was. She enjoys podcasts, and I told her I'd do one. So let's keep this pretty like PG.
Lady friendly, okay?
I would never dare.
You're
Oh,
painting me
bullshit.
into a corner
You
here.
are.
No, the point is that she's prettier than I thought she'd be in person, and yeah, and it was great. Anyways, so okay, so we're done with dinner, and she says, "All right, you ready to go to the show?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, I want to warn you." She doesn't know shit about me, so I can see why she's prefacing this. But she says the show we're about to go to, it's $10 to get in, and I said that's no big deal. And she actually offered to pay, which was really nice. Like I bought dinner, she paid for the show.
Let her-
Huh?
Did you let her pay?
Yeah, I figured why not. She had cash, I didn't, so it worked out. And we're both adults now. I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, you can be chivalrous and like offer to pay, but I find that like a lot of people almost it's like, let's just go Dutch, just like initially.
Especially whenever that wasn't part of the initial plan. Like it was an added on
yeah.
expense.
I mean, yeah. She was like, "Hey, would you like to go to like afterwards?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"I'm having a great time, so fuck
She
it,
took
let's
care
go."
of the after party. You took care of
Yeah,
the
I
date
took care of
proper.
dinner. Sure, yeah, proper date. I took care of it. I even drove the whole time. Like we
Like-
met. Oh,
Here's the deal. Like when you offer to pay for somebody, you're offering to pay. So like you're expecting them to say yes, and so when they say yes, you can't like get mad about it. You're just like, oh, okay, sweet, because a lot of people say no because they're like, oh no, I don't want them to like pay the money.
Yeah,
and
like
then,
humble. They don't want to.
Yeah, like wish they wouldn't have taken you up on that offer. You're usually genuinely interested in paying for it, so you may as well accept the offer. Like
It's not like you feel bad.
Yeah.
And I guess my point was he paid for what they intended to do, and then she
Yeah.
added that.
We had discussed it on the phone, but regardless, I wasn't. I mean, what if the date sucked? What if I was like, like ugly or not fun to be around, and she was like, all right, well, dinner, and she's done. Take me home. This date's over. So, but it went really well, and I even drove us downtown. So that was like even more of like I was trying to be a gentleman. And okay, so let's finally get to this fucking show. So she says it's going to be pretty rough. It's vulgar, cursing, blah 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 blah. And I said,
is it like a music show?
the worse the better. So the name of it is called Bingo Bango Burlesque, or Burlesque Bingo Bango Show, or I'm
So
sorry.
you went to a burlesque show?
Yeah, I should have pulled up the website before we did this. But the point is that there's 3 people on stage. There was a guy with a microphone. He's dressed like a clown, like kind of like a hobo clown, not like a traditional clown. Not creepy is what I'm trying to say. There is a mime that never speaks, and there is a woman that never speaks. And so the 3 of them on paper, I'm going to tell you what this show is on paper. It's 3 people on stage, 1 guy with a microphone, and you play bingo. What actually happens is he comes out, insults everybody, and he explains that we're going to play bingo, but who are my first timers? And I didn't put my hand up. Are you fucking kidding me?
Smart.
Yeah, she like nudged me, and I went, no. I'm gonna see what happens to those that volunteer this
It's like,
knowledge.
that's my first time. It's
Yeah.
like, and you're jumping on the grenade.
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what I thought was gonna go down.
What's this Gallagher? I don't know. What's the watermelon about?
So, so he goes. He's like, oh, I'm gonna. And what's great is there was a table like right on the stage, like right next to that front row, and there was a couple sitting in the back and a couple that were sitting right up next to the stage, and they pointed at the couple that was sitting on the stage basically, and they said that was their first time. And he goes, and he just like picked on them the entire evening. I mean, he got the mic in, he's like, oh baby, he's like, I can see down your shirt, and he's like talking to the guy, he's like, you see that bulge in my pants? I mean, this is fairly toned down. He was incredibly vulgar. And he was cursing, and he was like, for those of you who've been here before, like, fuck you. And, I mean, it was incredible. I seriously...
Did you enjoy it?
I would have almost paid $100 to see this show.
Interesting.
That's how much... Okay.
It's like going to Howl at the Moon and then them singing silly songs about people in the crowd.
So, all right, so...
That sounds way more hardcore than that.
It is. And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, I would love to plug these guys. I would love to say, go see their show. I'm sorry I didn't pull it up properly, but I think they're from Muncie, Indiana. So they're a local act. And they just tour, and you just come and you play bingo, and they are incredible. The mime has like an incredible paint job, and he actually does a really good job being a mime. And yeah, basically what it is he says, all right, we're going to play bingo. You play bingo, and if you win, you just have to call your spaces off, and then you come up on stage and you earn your prize. When I say earn, if you win with other people, you have to dance to win.
You can win with other people in bingo?
Yeah, like if
Oh,
there's
right, if
multiple
multiple people
bingos,
have-
sure. And so the first bingo, I got to see 3 people win at the same time, and they all had to dance. They did like a dance off. Oh, it was great.
It's
then-
burlesque, so they can be a little risque. Do they do anything?
That's what I was going to tell you. Now, if you win single-handedly, whether you're a guy or a girl, the guy with the microphone says, hey, whatever the guy's name is, the mime, he goes, play me some music, and he'll put a song on, and the lights will go down, and the girl progressively takes off her clothes while dancing. It's pretty intense. She got all the way down to, she took her bra off, and she had like the nipple tassels. And yeah. So I mean, it's like a true burlesque show. It was fantastic.
Yeah, sounds like
I would. Yeah, I think they only do it like once or twice a month. Like apparently this show is like it's like an underground, like people like are like, oh shit, it's this Friday.
Maybe be talking about on the air. Maybe it's like Fight Club.
No, it's no. It's not like Fight Club. They had a huge like.
Get that it's not like Fight Club. Have you ever seen Fight Club? The first rule
Yes.
of Fight Club is you never talk about Fight Club.
Who invited her? All right, we're at 20 minutes. I'm going to have to wrap this up. So the point is that I have to admit, an incredible first date. I mean, I was sold. Like, she was fun to be with, and I told her that you can't, like, I got, like, thick skin and blah, 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 and she's like, oh, I'm going to have to try that. And so, yeah, she takes me to this show, And
I would
after
have taken that a different way entirely.
no, I mean, she literally was like, "I'm gonna have to try my best to like get
No,
a
I know what you
reaction out of
mean,
you."
but what you said, it sounded a little different.
Wait, should we rewind that and Okay, so the point is that she was trying to find something to actually get a reaction out of me and like could not do it. Yeah, I'm pretty jaded, if you will. I mean, I'm a man between the ages of 18 and 35 that's had a lot of time on the internet. So I mean, I told her, I was like,
hands down,
you can't really. I was like, do you know what 4chan is? And she goes, no. And I went, all right, then I'm way more fucked up than you are. So anyway, so basically that was like her like thing. She's like, oh, I'm gonna see if I can get a reaction out of you, and I'm like, you ain't gonna do
and
it.
she's like, butthole pleasures.
Yeah,
and
it's
you're like, nope,
I don't
nothing.
know. I'm like, you ain't touching mine, but it's not gonna like bother me. Okay, so fantastic first date, but this weekend, that's what brings me to this weekend, is that this Saturday. What?
This Saturday,
Nothing.
This Saturday,
the 8th of May.
It'd actually be the 9th.
9th. I'm a day off.
Yeah, today's the 7th, 8th.
Tomorrow's the 8th. Yep. Anyways, the 9th.
So Saturday, I've been cordially invited to a Cinco de Mayo Star Wars party.
A couple days late for that.
A little bit.
Mostly late, but
I don't know. That's
A Star Wars party that's Cinco de Mayo.
well,
like
So-
May the 4th and then May the 5th.
So
Yeah,
are you
and also it's
watching
the-
Star Wars
it's
in
the-
Spanish?
it's like the post.
I hope so.
It's the weekend that follows the holiday, so I think that's how they planned it. It's her friend's party. It's here in the great area of Castleton, and I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. I am assuming it's going to be fantastic, but I'll have to give you. And that's what I was telling Matt. I was like, well, first of all,
Dude, I definitely want to go.
Oh, listen to this.
she's going to be your new best friend.
Oh,
Like if
God
if
damn,
if
yes.
things work out, which I see them doing it, you're going to love her. But that's why I told Matt. I was like, dude, I said, I wish you guys knew her already because she can invite you to this party as well. Because yeah, it's a Cinco de Mayo Star Wars. I mean,
just show up.
we'll figure something out. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to just be like, oh, my friends come along. I
Show up like
Well-
4 deep, like, hey, I brought some people.
I got my posse. Look, I mean,
You know what? If we bring enough alcohol, it wouldn't matter what we did.
and honestly, if it's a small get together, then I'm sure they wouldn't mind. But if there's like going to be 30 people, whatever the venue is, whether it's a house or an apartment or whatever, then I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we'll discuss it. She's going to come over tomorrow night. We're going to have dinner, so I'll talk to her. I'll pitch the idea.
Into your conversation.
Did you say pepper?
Yeah, just like pepper it in.
Just, pop that right into the conversation.
Paprika.
That right in.
Okay, so anyway, so that's happening on Saturday, and then I have your graduation Sunday, and then of course followed up by some Mother's Day action. So it's gonna be a pretty good weekend.
It is.
This podcast should be entitled "What These Two Are Doing on This Weekend."
I know.
Like that's all we've talked about. We did a really good job though. I think this time we really didn't derail much. I started blabbering about, North Korea's year, but that's about it. I think we did a pretty good job tonight. Okay.
One thing, though.
Yes.
Have you seen any movies recently?
I thought you'd never ask. And also, today's podcast will be mostly my voice, so
We saw Age of Ultron.
I hope you motherfuckers are ready for it.
It was awesome. What do you think, Elizabeth?
Yeah,
I
actually,
really liked it. I thought it was really good.
you know what? Here, Elizabeth, you hold the mic, and I want to hear like a "Don't ruin the movie for me" review, and go.
No.
Superheroes got together, they fought, and then they won.
Okay, Matt,
I already
give
said
me the 411.
There were some events. There were some turns. Superheroes got together.
Is that like 1995?
they vanquished Eagle, and in the end,
411, dog.
they were victorious.
Okay, that's cool.
No
Yeah.
Howard the Duck in this one.
No Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck was in the first Avengers.
Who it was?
No.
No.
Don't ruin it for me. That's what
No,
I
that's
just
a super
said.
spoiler.
No spoilers, damn it.
It's like the reason you go see Marvel movies is those little extras. and you're
Yeah,
like,
I finally. Have you guys have seen Thor: The Dark
Probably.
World, right?
Yeah, dude, that
Okay.
one's really cool
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
with the portals.
Mike and I watched it the other night, and we were both just like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like, there's that scene where what's Thor's dad's name? Like Odin.
Yep.
Odin's like, I'm gonna explain to you what the what the fuck it's
Hohenheim.
no the stuff the goo that's in Natalie Portman.
Oh, gotcha.
The
black stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called something. But so he goes, I'm gonna explain to you what this is, and he opens up this huge book, and the whole book is just moving, like the page. It was. We were both sober, and it was just like, whoa. I mean, seriously, because he's got that new HD TV and the sound bar. I thought we were in the movie theater.
Colors.
Seriously, the colors are fantastic.
You know, I actually enjoy watching movies in my own domicile versus the movie theater.
Yeah, I like them both. I mean, I like watching movies regardless.
I mean,
so.
you get to sit in a comfortable position, drink
Take a
whatever
bathroom break,
beverages
whatever
you
you want.
want. Or what do you think?
I'm indifferent. I do like to be home because I like to be in my pajamas. Well, and then, well, I do.
Well, that is true.
And then I like to have my glasses on when we go see a 3D movie. I can't wear my glasses because I have to have 3D glasses on, and that just doesn't really work very comfortably. So
Yeah,
that's one
I'd agree
pro
with you there.
about being at home. But then I also like being at the movie theater because I do like the big screen and the loud sound and the popcorn.
But you sit like right in the middle of the theater, so it's not overpowering, I guess.
Nah.
So I was thinking about it yesterday. It's kind of the same size, roughly, as from the distance of our TV to the couch.
Yeah,
like
but
it's nearly the same size. Maybe a little bit bigger.
I think your perspective might be a little different than mine.
you're sitting that close to a theater screen?
No, like the distance between where we're sitting in the middle of the theater to the screen.
Like you get the same size picture,
yes,
so to speak?
size ratio. Like if
Oh,
you take
okay,
a cell
sure.
phone and put it really close to your face,
Yes,
it's like it's a big
understand.
screen.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So it's roughly the same in theaters, I think.
I understand.
Right? That's how I feel at least.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, but sitting on that
you also
couch,
get
though?
the option, you also get the option to see it in 3D, and we can't watch 3D movies here.
That's true, and we don't have that popcorn butter.
Yeah,
That popcorn butter.
What
it's,
is that?
I think it's homemade.
it's just like
There's-
straight up canola oil with some like butter flavoring.
There's just
in
like
quotes, butter
oil,
flavoring.
oil, and like a vat of fat. It's just butter. Just,
Seriously, there's not anything good in that.
it is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But
Oh, it tastes delicious.
so you guys went and saw the Avengers. I went and saw a lesser known film called The Room.
Like the Silent Hill game?
That's exactly what I thought of. No, no, this is not. This is not Silent Hill 12 or whatever. The Room. It's a movie called The Room, and the best way to describe it is it is a low budget film. Oh yeah, let's get the. For those of you at home, if you want to pull up a side by side picture of these fools, it's adorable. Gene Simmons
Yeah,
is
explain what we're
on
looking
our
at.
right. Okay, so right now, thanks to Matt's dual monitor connection, we have Gene Simmons on our right in his like current age, and then Tommy Wiseau on the left,
It's like John Malkovich with a wig.
and it looks it's like his dad. I think Gene Simmons hooked up with this dude's mom.
Like this is him going back in time.
Yeah, it's odd. And if you ask me how to spell Wiseau, then it's I don't know, it's like Wisseu or something.
Wieseau. It's French.
Oh, okay. So I was closer than I thought. But anyway, so Tommy Wiseau, he wrote, directed, produced,
Starred in.
yeah, he was the star.
He did the soundtrack.
Everything.
In charge of casting.
I mean,
In fact,
seriously.
he was the caterer.
No, he didn't do casting. That was some other broad. But the
Oh.
point is that he did a movie back in 2003 called The Room. And in The Room, it's basically a soap opera, softcore porn, and some of the worst acting and dialogue. Basically, the movie is about him and his fiancée no longer being in love, and the best friend is screwing her, and the guy is unaware. And then, like, there's this neighbor kid who is creepy and wants to hit on her as well. And
Is it riff tracksable?
oh, okay. So that's what I'm trying to say is that we went and saw it as a Riff Tracks movie.
Oh, you did?
I figured that. Yeah, that sounds about right. 'Cause
Yeah.
Why else would they show this silly movie?
Oh
in
no,
the
they
movie
wouldn't.
Theater?
Yeah, you you couldn't pay them to show this movie. I mean, it's bad. It's horrible. It's so bad that watching it like normal. I mean, the acting was so bad that I was laughing on my own. But thanks to Bill, Kevin, and
Just
Mike.
in the back, like,
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, no, there's a couple of scenes where they weren't talking, and I'm just like, I mean, I was literally just like cheesing because he would be talking and somebody else.
Just
Okay.
like look awkwardly in a different direction. Like,
Okay, you know
I
what?
know.
I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to pull up a quote from IMDb, which I should have done before we started this broadcast, but
And
Oh
in the
my g-
meantime, we're gonna hear Elizabeth's opinions on stuff.
About
oh,
what?
yeah, Elizabeth, tell us all about it.
What am I talking about?
Anything to make up for time that's
To fill
lost.
Time. Well,
How was work today?
Oh, it was okay today. I was kind of busy.
What do you do for a living?
Uneventful.
Tell the listeners what do you do for a living.
I am a hairstylist, and I work at a salon in Carmel. I'm gonna plug myself here. Oh.
As seen on various web pages.
Yes. I work at a salon called Rejuve, and
It's spelled weird, right?
No, just Rejuve, Rejuve. How else would you spell it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird word.
It's short for like rejuvenate, rejuvenation.
Oh.
Oh, have you heard those words before?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where that comes from. And so, yeah, I had a pretty uneventful day at work today. Nothing too exciting happened. I don't know. I'm sorry.
She didn't come prepared.
I mean, I didn't, kind of interesting conversation.
Well, all right. I'm almost there. Just give me a little bit longer.
Matt, aren't you going for a job interview tomorrow?
I am going for
tell
a
us
job
all,
interview.
Tell us all about it.
It's a little interesting. I applied for a job for a front-end developer through Craigslist, but I have no idea what the business is.
What kind of information do you have about this?
I have the CEO's name, and based on that information, I've tracked it down to a couple of possible likelihoods. I have a location that I'm going to.
Oh God, where?
It's
Tell
off
the
a
listener so that way we know where to find the body.
yeah. Bring the big spatula and preferably go in the woods. It's off of like stop 219 or something like that. Off 69.
Okay, that's like near Hamilton Town Center.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit further than. It's in like a white, newer, conglomerate, like business building thing.
Okay, what's it called? Like, does it have an Indianapolis address or?
It has a Pendleton address.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just north on 69 a little ways.
According to the map that I looked up, it would take around 22 minutes to actually get to it.
Okay. Well, that's not too incredibly far. I am curious to learn a little bit about this.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I don't know if it's going to be a dud or if it's actually a legit job.
So, like, and what type of communication have you had with this gentleman, the CEO?
He's called me a couple times. We set up an interview. I've got his number
You spoke to him on the telephone?
twice.
Let me get those digits.
Is it his cell phone? Can you text with him and ask him more questions about this? Because I want to know.
I mean, I suppose I could, but
Can I text with him? I'll give him my...
it's just a random number.
Hey,
His wife's going to look over and be like, who that is?
like, hey, this is Matt's girlfriend, and I know you don't know him yet, but I have a lot of questions about what he's going into tomorrow.
So many questions. Number one.
I got to know. I do want to know, first of all, what the hell is this for? Like,
Front-end developer.
Yes, I understand.
So it's like
that.
programming.
What's
It's like
no,
CSS and
stop,
HTML.
stop. What is the company called? I know what the fuck a front-end
Whoa,
developer is called.
hey.
Oh.
Time out.
I'm gonna have to look that up honestly, because it was. Okay, yeah, look it up.
Oh, Elizabeth.
How's that?
wow.
How's that thing coming?
I did dig up a couple of quotes whenever you guys are ready.
I know what a front-end developer is.
Okay, so this is how uncomfortable this movie is. There is I'll set the scene. So him and his buddy, the guy that's banging his fiance, are in a coffee shop, and so they sit down to talk. And each scene, mind you, is like roughly 2 minutes long, and then it cuts to like a scene of San Francisco. Like there's just really short clips put together. Okay, so sorry, I'll just focus. Okay, so his friend's name is Mark, and his name is Johnny. Mark says, "How was work today?" Johnny says, "Oh, pretty good. We got a new client, and the bank will make a lot of money." Mark says, "What client?" Johnny says, "I cannot tell you. It's confidential." Mark says, "Oh, come on, man. Why not?" Johnny then follows up with, "No, I can't. Anyways, how is your sex life?" What? I mean, it's. I can't describe how uncomfortable that scene was. And then he gets like a phone call, and he's just like, "I gotta go." And his friend Mark is just like, we just sat down. Okay, bye. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like these scenes
It's
are
like
just
stuff you'd write in a fever dream.
yeah, it's really bad. And then there's a quote. Yes, you just need to, you need to just watch this thing. It is a train wreck of train wrecks.
I wonder if we can find the riff tracks version
Yeah,
that
there's
he saw last night.
yeah, you can find like the
or whatever night.
because I went and saw the Riff Tracks live, which for those of you if you don't know, there's a show called Mystery Science Theater 3000, and Bill Corbett, Kevin Murphy, and Michael J. Nelson. These three gentlemen, along with the earlier season had Joel Hodgkinson in it, but regardless, these guys made a TV show for a decade, and they would watch horrible movies and make fun of it. It's what I grew up on, man. I loved it.
That is just my favorite thing. I love that.
So anyway, so the show ends, and now they're a little bit older, but they want to continue the humor of it.
Yeah, it's a solid format.
It's a fantastic format, and it's actually you and I had talked about for the podcast maybe kind of doing like a watch and talk thing.
Because that's exactly what they do. You just basically download the audio.
The Riff
for
Tracks version, yeah.
Because they can't legally show the video for it.
No, they can. They get the copyright for it, and they do it.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they tried to do Twilight, and they couldn't get enough money for it, so they actually just did Starship Troopers instead.
Oh, okay.
My buddy Greg actually donated to the Starship Trooper one, and he got like a signed poster and all sorts of cool stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
they treat it, and they put your name in the credits.
Oh,
How
sweet.
cool is that? Yeah, he donated a lot of money, not just like $5, and he got his name and his face in the credits. Yeah, for real. Yeah, at the very end of the show, he goes, guys, he's like, I think my name's going to be in the credits. And what you did is in an email, you sent them like your full name, like, and I think what city you were from, and then you like took like a screenshot or like a picture with your laptop or whatever, cell phone, and yeah, and they put your name and face in the credits for like the high dollar donators. Yeah,
Nice.
isn't that awesome? He is the reason that Starship Troopers was a movie that they were able to do. Yeah, they couldn't get enough money for Twilight because it's like a newer film and blah, blah, blah. But Starship Troopers, it's like, late 90s or something. So
Yeah.
it was a little bit cheaper for them to get. And that was fantastic. I thought the movie was better than it was, but it was pretty bad. But they made it bad is my point.
Right.
But yeah, The Room, I highly recommend it. I could do quotes for 30 minutes alone, so we'll just stop that. But
Supplemental episode. Zach quotes The Room.
seriously, I mean, I just every
In a
other
British
scene,
accent.
Oh, there's no British accent. These are all American actors.
I want you to do it in a British accent.
I don't do accents.
You don't. Oh.
I'm sorry, Matt. I don't do accents.
I'm gonna need you to study those accents.
The only time I do accents, I sound like a total hack. I'm serious. I don't. I mean, there's an occasional, like if I want to do Russian, it's like, no bomb in the briefcase. Yeah, I mean, like I can do stuff like that. Like no, Soviet Union, no, Soviet down. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't do accents. I'm as American as it gets. I don't speak any other English.
You don't speak any other Englishes.
I don't speak any other language besides English, and I certainly don't know how to mimic an accent from another nation. I'm just a bread and butter American, I guess. Well, we're a few minutes over, Matt. Is there anything else you want to talk about? You and Elizabeth were talking about your job prospects. You got your new interview tomorrow. I don't.
The name of the company.
Oh, do we have that up?
Review Trackers? Question mark.
Why are you putting such reflection on the end of the word?
Yeah, what? I don't get it.
It's because I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so
I just responded to
may I ask?
Craigslist post. Yes.
Now, I don't want to like make this too lighthearted because it's a potential employer we're talking about. But I guess my question is, what you found this on Craigslist?
I did.
And do you feel this is reputable?
I have no idea.
Okay, so where are you going to meet this gentleman? Seriously, Elizabeth's got a good point. You know, there are
600
several bad stories about Craigslist job things.
Oh yeah, it's true. 600 Corporation Drive in Pendleton.
Pendleton, Indiana?
No, Pendleton, the city.
Yeah, Pendleton, Indiana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pendleton, Indiana. It's like by Marion.
Right.
It's not that far north.
Well, it's like okay, from Castleton, it's probably not bad at all.
No, it's 22 minutes to drive.
That's kind of a drive.
It is kind of a drive.
That's a lot of you're gonna put a lot of miles in that Honda you got.
Yep, we'll make that thing work.
Make that thing work.
Can you not? Can you negotiate like a Skype interview instead? I mean, is that for a computer job? Is that inappropriate to do a Skype
I don't know.
interview?
I know I've been talking to
Maybe
a
if
lot
like
of prospective employers, and a lot of them only do face-to-face interviews.
I mean, it makes sense. If this job was like in, okay, if it was like Fort Wayne or something, then yes. If it was like a more than an hour drive, then I would say for sure.
And if you're like working from home, I'm sure that would also factor into it.
Murder, like just in case. Although I will say I found my job at Rejuve on Craigslist. So
Really?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, but
There
that's
was a Craigslist
but that's
post
okay.
on-
Now,
but
not
there-
to diminish this man's business, but that's an actual like storefront. I mean, it's got a location. You can look it up on Google
Right.
Maps. Does this job interview? Is this going to be somewhere that's like a I don't. I mean, is it a like an office building or a suite?
It is
or-
not. Yeah, it's a conglomerate office building. So it's an office building with
So
a
it's
bunch
got
of
like a suites.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. That's. If I had a small business, that's what I would actually do that as well. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to say like that I'm worried, but I can see
It is
Elizabeth's
potentially a risky situation, but I mean,
concern. Yeah. But you're not.
if you're out for work. I mean, you're putting yourself out there.
Well, no. I just the horror stories that I hear involve like going to like a farm somewhere. I'm serious.
That's what I'm thinking of when I think of Pendleton. So it's like you're gonna be just going to this guy's like fucking his condo.
you can cuss.
Oh,
We were just giving you shit earlier.
you
Just
barked
giving
at
you
me earlier, so I wasn't
fuck shit,
sure if I
bitch,
wasn't allowed to
ass.
cuss or not.
Well, this is the internet. We can really say whatever we want.
I mean, I really.
We're just here to have fun. We're not here to preach hate.
Okay.
Back to you, Elizabeth.
No, I was just trying to prevent murder. That's the only reason I'm even inquiring about
It's because
the
she
location.
cares about you.
I'll keep my location tracker on too.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, Elizabeth was just showing me that the other day. It's really cool. Like her girlfriend's got an iPhone or something. It's got that built-in.
Yeah, I can just.
Which is a
Location.
brilliant thing if you had like teenagers
Oh yeah,
and you don't trust them, or you just want to know where they are.
yeah, for
uh,
kids especially.
For friends,
Yeah, if
first dates, because you never know.
yeah, like she was telling me, her friend is going on first dates just like when I met it. And honestly, the new girl and I, when we talked, I said, well, like, where would you like to meet? Would you like to meet out, like, go somewhere for a drink? And when we talked about downtown, we both kind of live out west. She's in Speedway. I'm just north of Speedway. And so I said, well, why don't we just like meet somewhere and then carpool? And so I mentioned we found a Target on 38th Street. And I was like, okay, that works.
Meanwhile, the employees of Target are like, "Yay, we have customers!" And then you drive away.
It was actually surprisingly packed. The funny thing is that when I dropped off her car, there's like no one there. It's. But hey, it's one of those places where if you park your car and leave, you don't have to like worry about it. And that's what we thought. It was like, at least it's not like I'm trying to think of like a place that would get you towed for that short of time. But
Downtown.
well, yeah, downtown specifically. And she was even saying that she doesn't like driving downtown, so it was like a win-win situation.
It's like, I love driving. Period. Let's do
I
this.
do, yeah. I got a newer car, and I would actually prefer to drive downtown. Then I can learn the city better.
Your car's so new that you have a camera whenever you back up.
It's the bomb.
I like texting your car.
Me too.
Yes,
The
that's
stuff that your car reads out loud. Your car is a filthy little mouth.
Yeah, I was just telling her that the other night. I was like, I said that if you text my car anything, I said, and I do mean
We
anything.
have tried it all. We can't say what we've tried because
I don't want to.
It's
Yeah,
really
let's try and
not
keep this
nice.
somewhat clean. But yeah, you've said
I have
some.
limits.
You have messaged my cell phone, and my cell phone has communicated this to my car, and my car has read this aloud, and it doesn't skip a beat.
It doesn't.
I think
it just weeps at night.
Just
I
flawlessly
honestly think
executes the most filthy sentences
horrible-
ever.
the,
And the most chipper voice too.
Yeah.
the thing of it is, she doesn't
She
like
has no
handle
problem.
like jargon. Like if
Right.
it's an English word and an English word put together, I think she'll do it. But if it's like a
Compound word.
yeah, because I think
Yeah.
you sent me like an F word mixed with something else, and she was just like,
Very
"Brr."
possible.
like just it did not compute basically.
Noted. Noted.
Well, anyways, my throat's dry, and well, we're
We're about
We're at
15 minutes over.
45 minutes approximately. You got anything else to add? This weekend's gonna be fun. So next Thursday, you and I will have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Instead of talking about the future, we'll just say, "Whoa, that weekend was and blast.
The first thing I'll probably say is, "Hey, I
How
wasn't
was that?
murdered." Hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. The first thing will be.
What if it's just you?
Oh my god!
Next week it's like, I'm at Zach's or I'm at Matt's place. I've got news.
this is Donein30.
The last episode.
Yeah, it's just me like weeping for a half an hour. Okay, sorry, that's not really that funny. It's not funny at all, actually. It's horrible. But yeah, I guess that's us saying sayonara.
See you
And,
later, suckers.
Why don't you hit that music for the outro? I like that.
I don't think we have outro music. I
Well,
can
it's
I can
the
make
same,
outro music.
It's the same song.
Okay.
Just play the same song.